Hi, today we're going to continue building our arrows and also talk about the fletchings. Hi everyone, and we're going to be talking about arrows again. What I'm going to do now is look at getting the correct length or getting nearly the correct length for you, and then adding points and a pin to each end and just show you how I do it. May not be the correct way, may not be the way that other people decide. This is how I do it, and I've never had a problem. So first of all, you need to know what poundage bow you're shooting to get the correct spine. And for the correct spine, what you're talking about is how much the arrow shaft will bend when it's shot. Too light, it'll bend too much, and your arrow will not hit the target, or miss the target most probably. And if it's too stiff, as I say, it doesn't bend enough, it will go other side, and again it will be very, very difficult to tune your bow. So you need to get it into the ballpark, and what you need to know is the poundage of the bow you're shooting and your draw length. I'm shooting now about 29 inches. I'm not sure what this bow is going to be that I am shooting. I think it's around 34. I think the limbs are 28, but the geometry of the riser, how it bends and how far I draw back, I think I'll be looking around 32 to 34 as I start off. So quick way of working out your draw length and what size arrows you need is take the arrow, as you can see, place it into the middle of your chest, put your arms out, square your shoulders, and then measure off how long it is. And I always take a little bit extra on the end. So that's a quick and easy way of finding your draw length and size arrows you need. My older arrows, I used to have a shorter draw length. Just a second. Look at these ones, and you'll be able to see, even without a pin and a nock, if I was to have them at the same size, as you can see, that's without a nock or a pin nock or a point in them. The carbon shafts are nearly aligned. If I was to align the bottom carbon shaft, and as you can see, the length there is a tad longer. So what's that? That's about a centimetre. So let me get this right. So focus. Yeah, you can see that it's about a centimetre, or just under half an inch. So that's how you work out your length of arrow. Now your spine, there's charts online for the different makes, and you look at the poundage, you go across to your draw length. I'll try and put a table up just to show you, try to, if I can find one, and it'll tell you what spine arrow. And for what I'm shooting, there we go, as you can see, I'm going to be shooting a 700 spine arrow, and I'm going to try and tune these arrows to my bow. I've already tuned the arrows I shoot with my competition bow for the 40-pound one, and they shoot pretty well. The other good thing about these Victory arrows, they all come, I don't know if you can see it, just try and find it, just there. Let me see, come on, focus. Focus, focus, focus. Not focusing, hopefully. It says it's spine aligned. These come spine aligned. Now, shooting at the real high levels, you may want to spine align your arrows. And what it is that when they spine align them, it means that that is the direction which the arrow wants to bend. This is from my understanding. It wants to bend in that direction. So if all your arrows bend in the same direction, they're aligned, that means your arrow flight and your hitting on the target should be more consistent. Should be. Then again, it does come down to the archer. As I said, for the top of the range guys, the Olympians, the World Cup shooters, spine aligned is something they may do. And there's Victory do it for you, which is fantastic. So now we're going to look at putting the point and the pin nocks into the ends. And I don't know, as you can see, yep, hopefully, yeah, it's hollow tube up there. And what you do is you get the correct size pins and the correct size points. These are 0.166. You can go to your archery shops, you can go online. I go online because I don't have an archery shop close to me, and I order 0.66 points. These are 150 grain points. I like having heavy points to shoot because it gives you better penetration than downwind flight. And I also use 0.66 pins just to protect the back end of the arrow in case you hit them. And what you have is these just slide in, should do, there we go, as you can see, so they have to be glued in. There's that, and at the other end you have your point. These points are pretty good because, yeah, you've got nice streamlines, you've got the shaft of the point, and then you've got some little break-offs. Hopefully you can see, yeah, there's one there and there's one underneath. What that does is means you can buy a 150 grain point and then change the point weight, and by changing the point weight you can change how the arrow flexes, because it's the resistance against that shot which causes it to bend to begin with. If you've got a heavier weight it will bend more, a lighter weight it will bend less. And again, it all comes down to tuning your bow. So you can break these off, and they're 10 grains each. So you can go from 150, 140 if you take that one off. If you take both off, 130. And you can get different points. You can get them where they start off at 120, then go down to 110, down to 100, so whatever you want to do. And these ones fit exactly the same in the end, and you glue them in. And I'm going to show you now how I glue mine in. As I said, this is how I do it. I know people do it other ways. I heat up my points, I heat up my pins, and then I put it onto this, which is hot melt glue. This is cool melt glue actually, cool melts glue. And I heat this up, hold it with a pair of pliers, put it in, get the glue all up the shaft, and then slide it in, hold it in position, cool it down, give it a blow, and then let it cool. I usually give it 24 hours before I shoot again, and that way I find that I have no problems with pins or points coming out. So what else do we need? Of course we need the hot melt glue. I've got a couple of different types here. This is Boning hot melt, brand new, never touched it. This is also cool melt Boning glue. I've been using this for God knows how long. This was the first stuff I bought. As you can see, it used to be about that big, and I've used it over time, but it still works. And it's this stuff was very good. I think it was Boning as well. But today I'm going to use the blue stuff. You need a form of heat. I use this usually. It doesn't take long to heat up the point or the pin. Just quick over the end, glue, slide it in. So what we'll do, and of course a pair of pliers. I'm just using my Leatherman, easy enough. Hold it like that, heat it up, away you go. So first of all we'll start the burner. Try and start the burner. There we go. See, nice blue flame. Take our point, give it a quick heat so it gets nice and warm. You want it hot enough so it melts the glue, as it says on the tin. Take your glue, bit of smoke, I think it was a bit too warm. Cover the whole shaft. Yes, you will have excess glue on there, but that can be taken off later. Make sure you get the decals at the back. Slide it in. I give it a cool as we go up. Give it a good spin as I'm putting it on. I know some people dunk theirs in water. I don't. Hold it down against this wooden surface, so it should be fine. And that is the point glued in. As you can see, there is some extra glue on there. I will scrape that off later once it's cooled down enough, which won't be long. So now we look at putting the pin in. So this is what protects the back end and the knock fits onto it. Again, grab hold of it in your pliers, give it a quick heat. Doesn't need a lot. Quick one, as I say. Then put it on the glue, nice and covered. As you can see, lots of glue on there, hopefully. Don't want it to cool down too quickly. And then twist it on so it gets all the way around, push it down. Turn that off so I don't burn my arm. And hopefully you can see, yeah, it's pushed in all the way. Again, I don't put mine into water. Don't know if it makes it brittle or not, but I just let it cool normally. Push it on and make sure it's on fully, which it is. Cool. Done. Both ends. And that is point and pin glued in. And as I said, I'll come along. If this is still a bit gooey, but you can just scrape the excess glue off. You'll notice when you shoot, especially into foam targets, that if there is any extra glue on there, it will come off pretty quickly. Done. So there we go. Pins in there. As again, I wouldn't shoot this for 24 hours. I'd let it solidify. And this one, oh, this is perfect. Yep. So there's the excess taken off. This glue is quite cheap as well. You're looking about, I think it's about $10 for a stick here in New Zealand. So done. All nice, ready for a knock to go onto it. Again, I wouldn't put a knock on yet. I will let this cool down properly and give it 24 hours. However, I do have stuff that or other arrows that I've done before this, and I will now look at fletching them and show you what we do. Hi again, and today and this morning we're going to talk about fletchings and types of fletchings you can get for your arrow. There are three main types of fletchings you can get for your arrow. The first is feather. I don't use feathers, so I don't have any with me. I think they can be synthetic or real. You'll find them on mainly for indoor arrows or traditional archers. I don't use them, so I'm going here, can't show you. The next is plastic, and what they look like. And they come in lots and lots of different colours. These ones are Eastern. They make the arrows as well, and they make the fletchings. As you can see, they get glued on to the arrow shaft. So you use arrow glue or fletching glue, and it sits on, and you usually use 3, and they sit on the arrows. As I said, they come in different colours, different sizes, different prices, all these type of things, but they all do the same thing. Now these can be put on straight or at a slight angle to help the arrow spin. And with the arrow spinning during flight, it's supposed to stabilize it so it flies better. Again, we've got some things called Vaintex in there. AAE make them as well. There's loads, Boning, lots out there. I am going to be putting these onto the arrows for my new bow. These are AMEYXGS. So as you can guess, I bought these from AliExpress. I think it was something like $5 for 100. They feel the same, they look the same, and we'll just have to see how they work. I have had a few issues of the veins coming off themselves through vibration and shock, but we'll just see how these go. They're pretty low profile, large shield shape, and for what I'm shooting, should be perfect. And the other type of vein you'll most probably come across is some form of spin wing. These are yellow spin wings, and again, they come in different, you can read that, different brands as well. So they're the first ones I tried. I went to try these as well. I'll just lift this up out of the way so you can see what they're called, if it'll come out. And there we go. These are called curly veins from Alternative Archery. That's their brand. Then I went to try some Gas Pros, another brand. These are slightly smaller. As you can see, they come all curly, and you stick them on. Then spider veins. As you can see on the front there, if you know him, Brady Ellison, he designed these with a couple of other guys, and I find these fantastic. And of course, the cheapo Chinese stuff, D-cut. I've got these on my competition bow at the moment. I want to try them out, see how good they are. So far, these are very good. Hard wearing, stay on. You get a packet like that, I think it's about $10 for 50 veins, and you get the tape and the sticky on paper as well. Out of all of them, my favourite are these. However, they're quite expensive. That's why I'm trying the D-cut ones. If I could afford them, this is what I'd get for all my arrows. I found these don't stick on very well. They do the job, and they're nice and pretty, they're shiny, and if you like them, all well and good. These ones, hard wearing, very, very, very low profile. Not very forgiving. You've got to have a good shot with them. Not bad. So these are okay. The Gas Pros. The spin wings, very good as well. Just not as durable as the spider veins. These break a lot easier than the spider veins. And I found that the D-cut are even better than the spider veins when it comes to durability. Because once or twice you shoot a target, you hit a soft spot, the arrow goes through, you can draw it out and not have any damage to your veins. So these are the veins that I have. These are the veins we're going to stick on to our arrows. So next, what we're going to do, take these, take our fletching jigs, and I can show you the two different types I've got and how we stick these onto the arrows. We're going to stop there for this episode, otherwise it's going to go on far too long. In the next episode, I will be fletching the arrows, and you'll be able to see exactly how they come out. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen in this episode, and it's covered things you didn't know, and it's given you some ideas of what you can do yourself. Also, if you have enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, share, press all the buttons you can, whatever there are, and I will catch you in the next episode. See you later. Bye-bye.